great. Alright, it's 12:15 a.m. They don't start very far from this block, and they don't resume very far from this block. Those are actually TJ plates. It's a regular high school joyride. Hop in. Hey, Don? I'll listen. It's the neighbors who conveniently don't hear when somebody gets threatened in their own home right here with a supposed gun. Is that part of it? Flashing lights in people's houses, huh? They literally just turn their lights off right then and there. Get a load of that shit. Didn't get the license plate. Definitely TJ license plates, I think. Oh, what the fuck? It's official bundle, man. The fuck was that? Well, you can't joyride throughout all the blocks, or else it's no longer fun and it's kind of a job. And there's no more joy because, well, why do they tone down the whistling in the other box? As long as they're way over there now, it sounds like. Come on, standards. Uniformity. Uniformity. Cookie cutter zombies, please. That's how you get the nice cars. Can you imagine if one titty was bigger than the other? Can't have that, can we? No. Both titties should be down to the CC and, you know, not necessarily cup size. And every testicle. uniform and sanitized, like a good zombie. Better run out here and record next time just to be sure I get what they're packaging for today. Same shit. But wait, we turned this poop on its head today. It's a TJ license plate. Anyway, I fixed up that tree right there. Can't really tell from it's in the dark. But what you also can't see is that the pruning wounds didn't leave any lighter colored marks. It's like a lightish reddish sort of color. And you wouldn't be able to see that with the contrast, white paint. You could see the black marks from the sealant, from the pruning sealant, like in the middle of the trunk there, and a little bit of a dot right there. So I used that sealant there, so you can't see that now. You can see some pruning wounds on, well, I haven't fixed all the other trees like that one. And not just the wound, but you can see it's a little nub right there. And on some of the other trees that are a little less, like that one right there. That's what your zombie cults do, and they get paid for it too. How else are you gonna get the nice wheels? It's quality work, man. It's quality work. You ever wonder why people are willing to pay so much money for things they consider quality? Even that gets detached from the actual quality, and you end up with people with really low quality stuff, but it's got like the emblem or the symbol or the brand or the name attached. But they're willing to pay that much because of the original supposed association to quality. You get these bubbles, these speculation bubbles, and lemming swarms and cattle herds. Follow the leader this way, follow the leader that way. I mean, I guess I wouldn't. Everybody needs some guidance, some sort of. It doesn't literally mean follow. You should still be thinking for yourselves. The fuck. And yet, just recently, I was gone like a year. I come back, I literally have to scrape off the fucking side of the road right there. That right there. It's like it left some stain right there too. And up there, from the scrap they throw and spill on the street, I had to scrape it off the road myself. Because nobody else had the time. They don't have time. They got real work to do. Somewhere else. The good cancer cells are doing into comparison. Please state for the court what you're... No, you have it on record. Fucking tumors. Oh, it wouldn't entertain me as much. Wouldn't amuse me, would you? The things you would have to answer for, you already missed your fucking opportunity for answering for. And now you just show off that you don't care about making any of it work anyway. You should look at the detail in the sunset. They painted it recently, I think, yellow and blue or some shit like that. But anyway, you go up there, and I put some grease on there. Oh, look, they stopped whistling. I put some grease up there because the things were like grinding on themselves. They were a little loud, but they weren't working fine. I greased the seesaw too. It was loud when I first got here. Well, not at first, and gradually. Yeah, anyway. I used 3D40, then I saw it wasn't really working, so I put some Vaseline and pencil graphite, ground up pencil graphite. And, well, the seesaw has not gone back to the same volume of screeching. It's practically silent. This one's that, well, you should have a look at it. I saw a bolt, whittled it down like a hair's width. But you know, nobody's got those people need to have their nice cars. It's a community. The only reason it's a fucking community is because they don't want to risk doing what they did to me to each other. Because it might come around. And they were assured if they did it to me, it wouldn't come around. Hombroni over there. Not this house, the one over. So, the house over there, over that way. The lady who owns that house is actually the mother of the guy who, when I tripped and fell right there, he came out of the house all late and fucking groggy and fucking eye booger-eyed, lagañoso. And he had a baseball bat ready in hand. Hombroni hadn't even put on his fucking shoes. He grabbed a baseball bat. He's like, I want in too. I want in too. Don't worry, they can't hear me. They don't hear that. I mean, unless they're part of it. In which case, you know, they were never there. He busts out the fucking front door. He hasn't even put his pants on. And he's got a baseball bat ready. California plates. He's got a baseball bat ready. No, previously, he had been. It's a jumble now. I've got the record, so I don't remember exactly the dates. On another occasion, he tries to go to the front door with a fucking kitchen knife, one of those large chef knives. You know, the typical classic, you know, size and shape of a you know, kitchen chef knife, right? The big old thing. I'm like, what the fuck? Is he gonna slash me with it? I'm unarmed. Oh, right, no. That was the day when, yeah, that was the day when I had a bunch of tires here, piled up on the driveway, right here, you know, that's the line, that's the street, that's the driveway, so the tires were right here. I had collected them from around the neighborhood, some from actually down the hill, pretty heavy motherfuckers, you know, if you're not rolling them, pretty heavy motherfuckers. And some from up the hill, some from the park. There's a vacant lot over there that was being used. 2 vacant lots. I got like most of them from over there. So like a total of like 15, 16, I don't remember. Not quite 20 yet. Tires, right? And varying sizes and girths and, you know, heavy, you know. And they're all piled up right here. Clearly not on the street. And I go outside and I find, hey, guess what? They've all been taken away. Not a single one left. Every last one of them gone. And I think I counted to make sure, but they were all strewn about, thrown about. Some of them, most of them, I found right there. Now, I say most of them because it was more than half of them, but it wasn't like, nearly all of them because there was some down there. Anyway, so they were right there, I think. Yeah, and there's over there. Anyway, okay, point being, they'd been taken away from me. And I was like, what the fuck? So I go out with a shovel because that's, what I used. I hooked how the shovel has a spade part like that. So on the edges, you can hook a tire. You can drag it with a handle. Wow, that's practical. You don't even have to roll it. You could roll it, but you could drag it. And you don't have to lift it up. You don't have to, squat down. Handle length makes it so you could literally drag it at your own height. And I don't find them. And so I make some clanking noises out here on the sidewalk, and I'm like, hey, motherfuckers. Basically, because, they're motherfuckers. And Hombroni busts out. He's got a fucking kitchen knife. I'm like, what the fuck? Did I threaten you? Did I? And so in the fuss, because apparently it's audible. I never would have thought, somebody showing up at my door right here, banging on it, threatening me with a gun, telling me all sorts of things, cussing me out and whatnot, right? Never would have thought you could hear anything. Never would have thought. Could you imagine? You see the little light over there? Yeah, they've shined lights while I was in the park before. I think that's the household that threw fireworks in here when I had brought the paint tanks in the patio, and the cats were here. Anyway, right, so apparently you could hear it, and not quite halfway, a few houses into the next block over, there's a relative, or, an sort of uncle, a second uncle, I don't know. Anyway, basically somebody who's sort of family, and he was staying at my uncle's, first uncle, father's brother, right? And he was living there, with his woman and their kid or kids or whatever, right? And he comes over and he tells this dude to chill, he's got a knife, and he's telling him to chill, put the knife away and chill. And I'm like, you know what? No, I think I had a glove on one of the hands or maybe both of the hands. And I'm like, you know what? Let him, just let him. And he's like, no, they could call the cops and blah blah blah. I'm like, let him. What's he gonna do? He's the one with a knife. I don't even have any weapons. And so I put the shovel, or I drop the shovel, I distance it. I'm like, or I think I had a broom. I was using something with the handle. Anyway, so I toss it to the side. I'm like, you know what? Let him. What? They're gonna attack me with the fucking knife while I'm unarmed. He basically tells him to chill, and he goes back inside his house, and then he goes back, and the cops don't show up or whatever. So that was a knife, and then there was the other time, him and his fucking woman or whatever the fuck, the lady, I think I got it on record, I don't, fuck, I trip people out of trying to be treated, this is a spray with a water bottle, so that fucking bitch right there, right? I'm like a full ass fucking, at least a fucking car's distance the fuck away, right? When I I just symbolically like squirted the water bottle at her because she was being a fucking. I don't want it to be taken as a fucking misogynistic insult, but she's being a fucking bitch. And so I squirt I just like symbolically, I know the water's not even gonna reach them. Oh, but the fuckers throw themselves over here, right? Fucker goes back into his house. He grabs a fucking metal pipe. Like a metal fucking pipe. Man. Not even my shovel's a fucking metal shovel, man. The thing has got like a fiberglass fucking handle, I guess, and the end is metal. But like I've been out there with like a fucking like little broomstick, like made out of wood, like not even a fucking like aluminum fucking broomstick, right? And fucker, oh, he takes his fucking, he starts bashing on that fucking door right there, and the gate. Yeah, so don't worry, they don't hear this. This isn't keeping anybody up. This isn't disturbing anybody. No, they can't hear anything. They're sound asleep peacefully in their little oblivious innocence. 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 Yeah, so that door doesn't shut right anymore. It would warp sometimes with the heat and the cool, like the weather changes. Sometimes the concrete absorbs the humidity and it swells a little bit. The rainy season, and the expansion, contraction, that sort of thing with the metal and the concrete. So it didn't shut right a little bit, but then beating on it really fucked it up. And one of those times, some metal worker came and he fixed it. Oh, but they weren't done with it, and they fucked it up again some more. So now it like slams really loud. If you're not, it's a. Ugh. Anyway, so that door's fucked. I haven't had any cash directly from any of them to fix it, so that's kind of out of pocket. Could have been spent on anything else, considering, well, they were gonna just fuck it up anyway again, so what's it worth? Somebody else's. Man, it'd be a really good job. You got a friend. He goes around and he breaks people's property, and then you go in and you're like, I'll fix it. And you don't even really got to fix it all that well because you got your customer right there. Fucking regular business cycle. It's the cycle of shit. Oh, isn't it nice? If you didn't notice, the whistling didn't continue throughout all of TJ and didn't continue on to the neighboring neighborhoods. You just gotta walk it down. There's the quadrant is secured. Gentleman, caballero. I wonder if that car's got seat warmers. You should see where the cats sleep. You should do a culture test to see if there's tapeworm, ringworm, fleas, ticks. You should see how many of the cats around here are fixed, spayed, neutered. You should see maybe how many litters they're having. You should see maybe how many of the native wildlife are they preventing from healthy, stable population sizes and distributions. Seed warmers? I got a real important job. Not a single fucking day of your fucking life is gonna go. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks. Smooth running fucking wheels on this fucking hell machine that you call fucking society, I wonder why people kill themselves. There must be some neurological, hormonal, maybe they're not getting enough lithium in their diet. It's just an imbalance. That's one theory. The one you're running with before you even came up with it. Before it was even called what it's called today. Let's be careful what we call it. We don't want to name the thing. Definitely while you're not able to escape accountability for it. Well, listen to music. Listen to music. It's a weekday, by the way. It is Thursday, April 1st. And no, I am not shitting you. This is 21st century on the Gregorian calendar, 2021. 31 minutes in, 47 seconds-ish, 12:47 a.m. You would think the way they talk of themselves, this would be a joke. But it's fucking real. Don't worry. Not disturbing any peace. Nope. I don't hear any more whistles. Oh, you think they let me live it down? Oh, no. No. I definitely get backlash for this sort of shit. But they tend to change it up. I haven't had anybody banging on my door or, most recently breaking my leg or, couple years back, kicking me in the head right over there. They gotta change it up. They can't, detach themselves from their safety blankets of plausible defensibility, legitimacy.